gosh, that's been so sore this program.
Right?
Has it? Your bum?
Yeah.
Your glutes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I was walking this morning and I was like,
those
oh my
glutes today,
God.
do we?
Yeah,
It's really
like
good.
even week 4, it's still a long time. It's just my butt. There's nothing else.
Alright, I'll give you some glutes, stretches and hip openers.
Oh, yes.
Alright, so find your comfortable seat, everyone. Closing down the eyes. Just take a moment here. Now at the beginning of the class you made it here. You're sitting in on the mat and everything else that's come your way up until this point today, just be left outside the door of the gym. So that now for the next hour, you can disconnect from the outside world and then you can connect to your inner world. And a few deep breaths, sighing out the day, sighing out anything that's been on your mind, anything past, anything future. One more deep inhale, sighing it all out. And sitting a little straighter in the spine. Breathing a little deeper in the belly, a little broader across the chest. So start to expand a little more. Allowing yourself to tune in and notice what's the state of the body, the state of the mind, what's the quality of the breath. Just a little check-in. Are you holding tension anywhere? If so, can you breathe into that space and soften it a little bit? Maybe the mind's really busy and finding it hard to slow down. To counteract that, start now to lengthen your breath, expanding from the belly into the rib cage, into the chest on the inhale. And gently contracting from the chest down into the rib cage, down into the belly on the exhale. Just giving yourself the gift of this really slow, deep, gentle breath. Now for 5 breaths, we're going to do pranayama where we count the breaths. We're going to count the inhale for 4 counts, then hold the breath for 4 counts unless you're pregnant. If you're pregnant, just keep breathing. And then exhale for 8 counts, so double the length of the exhale. And then at the end of the exhale, hold for 4 counts. That's 1 round. If you need to adjust your counts, you can either reduce or increase the count, but just make sure that your exhale is double the count, double the amount, of all the other parts of the breath. So allowing the inhale to bring some length along the spine, some softness and broadness to the chest. On the exhale, cultivate you dropping into your seat a little more into your practice. And each breath hold is a pause. It's a clear space where nothing needs to happen. Softening the forehead, the eyes, the mouth, the jaw, the throat, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, clenching the teeth, so no rush to finish your 5 rounds, but once you're done, just returning to your natural breath rhythm. And with your next exhale, we're going to lean the head over to the right shoulder. And then inhale back to center. And exhale the head to the left shoulder. Inhale back to center. One more time each side. And you're going to stay with the head leaned towards the left shoulder. We're going to bring the heel of the right hand. Imagine that you're pressing it towards the floor, not touching the floor, but keeping the right arm straight, pressing the heel towards the floor, simultaneously trying to imagine that you bring the fingertips back towards you. It's enhancing that stretch. And I'm going to bend the right elbow. And then with the right hand, grab hold of the left elbow. You can draw the elbow a little further towards the back. And then place the left palm across the belly. We're going to bring the chin a little closer to the chest. So looking towards your left knee. You might need to just adjust that a bit, just move your head slightly in each direction there, and just notice when you feel that best stretch on that right side. I'm going to release the hands. I'm going to bring the head to the right shoulder. And then we're going to draw that left heel of the hand towards the floor. Nice straight right hand, left hand, sorry. Imagine you're pulling the fingers back towards you. All the while, breathing deeply. And then slowly start to bring the chin towards the chest, looking an angle over to the right knee, and then we're going to bend the left elbow. Grab hold of the right elbow with the left hand as you draw the elbow a little closer towards the middle of the back, placing the right hand on the belly. And again, Maybe try a little bit here, where you best can feel the stretch. Beautiful, and gently release. If you're sitting on a block, bringing the block to the side of the mat. And then bend the knees, soles to the feet to the mat, grab hold underneath the knees. And then just release yourself onto your back, rolling backwards and forwards along the mat. Just giving your spine a bit of a massage, a bit of a warm up. And eventually, just rolling onto your back, knees to the chest. Oops, careful with those backs.
Very elegant.
And then start circling the knees to massage the lower back. One direction, and then change to go the opposite direction. Now you can either straighten the left leg or just bring the left sole of the foot to the floor, simultaneously stretching the right leg to the ceiling. You start to breathe along the back side of the right leg, into the hamstring, into the calf. And then gently start to point and flex the toes. You're getting into the front, the back of the right leg. Circling the ankle both ways in your own time, just to get some release there in the joint, lubricating. And the next inhale, we're going to lift the head towards the knee, walk the hands a little further. Imagine that you're pulling the knee towards you, you're lifting the head, you're engaging the arms, but you're softening the shoulders. You're still breathing. As you exhale, lower the head, bend the left knee, it's not bent already. Right ankle onto the left knee. Thread the hand through the gap, interlocking the hands in front of the left shin or behind the knee or behind the thigh. Engage that right foot. And endeavor to push the spine, the whole spine towards the mat. So you're not arching. And then push that right knee towards the back of your mat. Breathing into that right glute. And from here, releasing both legs along the floor, bringing arms overhead, reaching. Inhaling. And as you exhale, relax. Now again, you can choose to keep the right knee bent, sole the foot on the floor, or just keep it along the floor as you bring the left leg to the ceiling. Engage that left leg, pulling the kneecap up, pushing the heel towards the ceiling, breathing along the whole back of the left leg. And gradually start to point and flex the toes. Bringing movement to the front, to the back. Staying connected to those deep belly breaths. The breath is just going to breathe some oxygen into the tight spots that you give your attention to. Circling the ankle both ways. In your own time. And next inhale, we're going to lift the head towards the knee. Walk the hands a little further up the leg. Now engage your hands and your arms to see if you can soften the shoulders. Staying with your breath nice and soft through the face. So having an awareness of engaging the parts that needs to be engaged, but softening the parts of the body that don't. And if that right knee isn't bent already, bending it so you can rest the left ankle on top of the right knee, threading the hand through the gap, interlocking the hands where it feels natural, engaging that left foot. It's going to help, particularly if you have a sore knee. But you can also relax it if that's preferable to you. So I invite you in to really explore your yoga practice. Not just listen to what's being said and think that's what you have to do, but getting to know what small adjustments you can make to accommodate your practice, yourself, your body. Pushing the lower back into the mat, pushing the left knee away from you towards the back of your mat. Deep breaths. Beautiful. Releasing the hands, straightening the legs. Again, inhale to bring the arms overhead, stretching. Holding that breath. And release. Again, bring the hands to hold behind the knees. We're going to come up just as we came down. Spine roll, forwards, backwards. You can really round the lower back as well so you don't bump into it with a flat back. And then give yourself a little bit of extra speed to come off your buttocks into your squat pose. Oh, sorry. I love the hair. Alright, if you need to use your blocks there, you can. Or if you prefer to sort of rest your elbows on your knees and come into sort of a half squat, you can do that as well. If not, elbows on the inner knees, palms together. Start pushing the elbows, spread the knees a little further. And imagine that you're trying to push your chest towards your thumbs. You're opening the chest, dropping the shoulders back. Taking a deep inhale, grounding through the soles of the feet, exhale. Good. And releasing the hands to the mat, lifting the buttocks, dropping the head. Now you can choose to bend the knees here if you like, or you can have straight legs. See if your toes can point forwards, feet hip width or a little wider if you prefer. And just dropping the head so you can relax the neck, maybe nodding, maybe shaking the head. Just a bit of neck release. Then grab, pull the opposite elbows. That's going to create a little bit of weight to pull the torso towards the floor. Take a few deep breaths here. As you breathe in space, not just in the belly into the chest, but along the spine, at the back of the body, between the shoulder blades. And gently rolling from side to side. Alternately bending one knee, then the other to straighten. So it's like a bit of a standstill walk. If it's too strong, you can step the feet a little further apart. And releasing the hands. And then put an extra bend in the knees. With your next inhale, engage your core slightly as you start to roll up one vertebra at a time. If it's okay, just keep the eyes closed. And once you're up, allowing the shoulders to drop back and down. Maybe slightly bend the knees, tuck the tailbone. Just allow the body to adjust to being upright. Now gently, we're just going to start turning the upper body from left to right, swinging the arms around. If you need to open the eyes for this, if you get a bit busy with them closed, you can open them. Just tapping alternate butt cheeks with opposite hands. Now bringing hands a little further, tapping opposite hips. Tapping opposite sides of the waist. Tapping a little further up the rib cage. And then tapping the top of the arms. Beautiful. And slowly start to wind back down. Beautiful. Coming to the front of your mat when you're ready. We're going to move into our sun salutes. So we're going to go slow. We're going to go with the breath. So just think your breath, not so much the movement, but just allow yourself to really extend the inhale and the exhale without strain. Now, if you're not used to extending your breath too much and you feel like it's straining, that's okay too. Just go. Maybe you need a couple of breaths. You know, when the others do too, that's fine as well. So don't think about it too much, but just allow the breath to guide you. Now, as you inhale, now we're going to draw the arms overhead, find a bit of extra length. Slightly engage the core as you come into your forward fold. Exhale. And then inhale, halfway lift. We're going to bring the torso parallel to the floor, engage the legs, engage the arms. And as you exhale, placing the hands on either side, stepping both feet to the back of the mat, come into your plank pose, lower the knees for this first one. And engage your core as you continue the exhale, lowering all the way down to your belly, elbows tucked into the side of the rib cage. Inhale as you lift the torso, pushing the top of the feet into the mat. You're not pushing with the hands, they're just support. And as you exhale, tuck the toes, engage your core again. As you push back into your down dog. Now, feel free to walk it out, this first one. Let's get some extra movement, although we've already warmed up the back. Might be still nice to do a little bit of extra. You never get a bit too much movement in the hamstrings and the calves. And then coming to stillness. Spreading the fingers apart, so if you're grabbing hold of the mat, it's going to protect your wrists. Endeavor to push the weight towards the back of the mat, away from the hands. And at the end of your next exhale, look forward between the hands. No breath as you step or walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Nice release. And as you inhale, drawing yourself up. Scooping it up, palms together overhead. Exhale as you bring the hands together. Thumbs brushing past the heart space, just as a reminder of that inner gaze, that inner world that you're connecting with. And then inhale when you're ready for round two. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale halfway. And as you exhale, both hands to the mat, stepping into your plank pose. Now find your chaturanga. You can use the knees to the floor, or if your legs are straight, make sure your core is engaged, no drooping hips. Low cobra or up dog. If you're in your up dog, thighs off the mat, and then exhale, come back into your down dog. Beautiful. 3 breaths here. Now if at any point your wrists get too sore here, you can come down onto your forearms and do the dolphin instead of the down dog. Now soften the head, relax the neck, relax the face, unclench the teeth. And at the end of your next exhale, look forward between the hands. No breath as you step or walk to the front. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to scoop it all up. Exhale to bring the palms together in front of the heart. Brushing past, releasing the hands. Just take a moment here again, stop, close the eyes. So we're going to do one more. Maybe this last one you can do with the eyes closed. If you're not comfortable with eyes closed, that's totally fine. But if you haven't done it with your eyes closed, maybe just explore how it might feel with your eyes closed now. Inhale to draw the arms overhead, reaching towards the ceiling. Exhale into your forward fold. And then inhale, halfway lift, engaging the legs, applying your core. And as you exhale, place the hands on either side of the feet as you step into your plank pose. Find your core, particularly if your legs are straight, if your knees are bent. Lowering down onto your belly, low cobra or up dog. Drawing the elbows towards the back of the mat if you're in your low cobra. And then exhale to push back. Adho Mukha, down dog. Another 3 deep breaths here. Breathing nice, juicy into the belly. Expanding both the front and the back of the torso with each breath. And take your time to finish your 3 breaths. Once you're done, lowering the knees, coming into your child's pose. You can choose knees together or wide apart, toes tucked or untucked. Maybe you need a block, or maybe you need to rest your head on your hands. So this is a pause, guys, so no engagement here. Just fully relaxing the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the head, the face. Breathing and expanding the belly between the thighs. Just noticing where the breath goes when you're in this pose. Not just the belly, but maybe the lower back, along the spine, back of the body. Allow yourself to just follow the flow of the breath wherever it needs to go. So where your attention goes, energy flows. And where you direct your breath and your energy, also comes oxygen. So it starts to get a bit more space in those resistant areas. Uncomfortable spots, tight muscles, resistance. Breathe it out, space, breathe it in. Now next inhale, we're going to come back onto all fours. I'm going to place the right foot between the hands at the front of the mat. You can keep the left knee on the floor, or you can tuck the toes, lift the knee off the floor. You can use your blocks if you like. Inhale, right arm to the ceiling. And exhale, back down. Inhale, left arm to the ceiling. Exhale, back down. Beautiful. Now you can either step into plank and then step the left foot to the front, or you can do a jump. Beautiful. Inhale, left arm to the ceiling. Exhale, back down. And then inhale, right arm to the ceiling. Exhale, down. Again, to switch, you can either step or jump. Now we're going to step the left foot slightly forward and out to the side, and then bend the front knee as you push away to come up into your warrior one. Once you're up, just allowing everything to settle, dropping between the shoulders, dropping between the hips. Nicely engage that left leg, bend into the front knee. Don't collapse into your lower back, but tuck the tailbone slightly so your core is engaged. As you exhale, lower the hands, interlock the hands behind your back, and then inhale to draw some breath across the chest. Exhale. As you come forwards, resting the right shoulder onto the right side, dropping the head, maybe lifting the hands towards the ceiling. Inhale to come back up. And as you exhale, release the hands. Straighten that front knee. Now pull the right hip back, so we don't open the hips, but we're trying to square them. Now to inhale, reach the right arm forwards. As you exhale, place it on your block. And then place the right hand on your lower back. Inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, twisting to the right. Keep pulling that right hip back, left hip forward. Keep the hands, right hand where it is, or you can bring it to the ceiling.
Right. I think we're wrong side. You mean left hand?
Oh, did I say?
Yeah, okay.
Left hand to the mat, to the block.
Left hand to the mat.
Left hand.
Okay, this way.
I'm sorry, guys, the newbie got it.
I was watching.
No, it was probably my left and right. You know, that's always an issue. Okay, so stay with your breath here. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to deepen, twist if it's okay. Pulling that right hip back, left hip forward, that's where you're going to feel it. Beautiful. As you exhale, lower the right hand, step into your plank pose. Find that nice line from the heels to the shoulders. Pulling the belly button towards the spine, not dropping the hips, not pushing the buttocks towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Next inhale, we're going to bring that left foot to the front of the mat. Step the right foot out to the side. Middle forwards, and then inhale to come into your warrior one. So on the opposite side now, as you exhale, just allow the shoulders to settle, drop into the hips. Engage that right leg, weight on the outside of the foot. Now, nice bend into that front knee, so we're not keeping it half straight or straight, just nice bend. Beautiful. And then tuck the tailbone so your core is engaged. Soften the shoulders here, engaging the arms. Now with your next exhale, lower the hands, interlock the hands behind the back, this time the opposite thumb on top. And then inhale to open the chest, open the throat. As you exhale, forward fold, slightly pulling the belly button towards the spine, it's going to help engage your core. Resting that left shoulder on the left thigh, if it reaches that far. If not, that's fine too. And then inhale, come back up, dropping the hands, straightening that front leg. Grab hold of your block, place it on the inside there. And then reach the right arm out in front. And as you exhale, lower the hand onto the block. Left hand on the lower back. Inhale to straighten the spine a bit more before you exhale to twist to the left. Bringing the left arm to the ceiling. Beautiful. Pulling the left hip back. Yeah, beautiful. Forward. Guys, lowering the left hand on your exhale, and again stepping into your plank, choosing if you want to do a chaturanga or if you want to push back into your down dog. The chaturanga is where we lower ourselves onto our bellies, low cobra and up dog before we come into down dog. It's just an extra step which you can bypass if you don't have the energy. Beautiful. And from here, I'm just going to practice a little bit of balance before we come onto our cooling poses. Now, we're going to keep the legs straight, be nice and strong through the hands. And then we're going to start walking the feet, straight legs, towards you as far as you can, as close as you can. And then come on to the toes. Now you can bend the knees, bend the elbows towards the back. And then we're just going to lean the knees on top of the back of the elbows. Now, you don't have to lift the feet off. You can just look forwards, look up, and the leaning motion, you might have space to lift the feet off one at a time, or both, or stay, or just come up for increments, or just practice the feeling of the crow, right? But just make sure that you look forwards. Look backwards, you easily face plant. We don't want that. Yeah, beautiful. So let's just play around with it. Just one more try. So it's like a leaning motion. Do you get that when I say what I mean or not? Do you want me to demonstrate so you can see? So it's not so much in having to engage. It's coming onto the toes, bending, and I'm leaning. So I'm not using too much muscle. I'm literally just leaning and finding the balance where I can lift the feet. Now, if you find it scary to lift the feet, you don't have to lift both. You can lift one at a time. If you don't want to try one more, that's fine as well. Just, if you want to play around. Beautiful. Okay, so from here, coming down onto the forearms now, coming into our dolphin pose, just giving the wrists a bit of a break. Now, making fists and lifting the back of the hands off the mat, so you're giving your wrist a bit of a counter pose. Take a deep inhale here, and flushing it out. I'm going to lower the knees, cross at the ankles, come to seat over and behind the feet, straighten the left leg out in front. Right sole of the foot on the inner left thigh. Well done for trying, guys. It's about a little bit of challenging ourselves, It's amazing what you can. Like my 14-year-old says to me when I can touch my toes, she's like, oh my God, you can touch your toes. She can't. And she's like, well, I'm so bad. I'm like, no, when I was your age, I couldn't touch my toes. Just practice. At any age, that can change. Whether you're 14 or you're 40 or 60, right? Just repetition. Okay, so from here, just release some flesh from your buttocks. Hands on either side of the left foot. Push the heel away. Bring the toes back towards you. And just watch your torso here. So we want to see if we can square the hips again over that left leg, so we don't have one side more open than the other. So you might just want to push that left knee, right knee a little forwards. Now find the length with your inhale. Engage that left leg. If you need to have a slight bend, you can. And as you exhale, start walking it out. See if you can soften the shoulders, relax the arms. Avoid reaching and straining to try to touch your toes if it doesn't happen easy. Just allow the chin to drop a little towards the chest, but endeavor to keep the integrity of the spine so we're not hunching. Beautiful. If you can soften the face, unclench the teeth. And then with your next inhale, gradually making your way back up. Placing the right hand in the back right corner of your mat, lifting the buttocks, pushing the hips towards the ceiling, reaching the left arm up and overhead, drawing the left armpit towards the ceiling. You're opening, tucking the tailbone as you push the hips, point the toe, reach the finger. And then exhale to roll back down. Beautiful. Placing that right foot on the outside of the left knee. And then inhale, bring the left arm to the ceiling, exhale. You place the elbow on the outside. Now if that's too strong, you can use the hand or the elbow to hook in as well. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale to twist. Now just watch your lower back. Are you collapsing the lower back? Or can you push away from the hand? Stay a little straighter. Maybe looking over that right shoulder. Engaging that left foot, pushing the heel away, toes back towards you. Beautiful. Inhale, turning the head to the front, and the upper body follows. Exhale, twisting opposite side, just as a counter twist. And then coming back to center, straightening the left leg, bending the left knee, straightening the right leg, bending the left knee. Today is like, whew, some days. Again, see if you can square the hips. Engage that right leg, push the heel away, toes towards you, and then inhale to find the length in the spine. And then start exhale, one breath at a time. So don't think about where you want to be. Think about where you're at. Just inhale to lengthen, exhale to deepen. So bit by bit. So allowing the shoulders to drop back and down, relax the arms, the hands. Just release the struggle of the pose. Just allow it to happen. And clench the teeth, drop the face. And then next inhale, gradually make your way back up. Place the left hand in the back left corner of your mat. And as you inhale, lift the hips towards the ceiling, draw the right arm overhead out to the side slightly so the armpit faces the ceiling. Point the toes. Your body's being pulled in 3 directions. And then exhale to roll back down. Beautiful. Right foot on the outside of the left knee. No.
No.
I booked in to see, Joe Bruce that did a menopause.
Yeah.
I booked in to see her in 2 weeks. That's my excuse. I don't know what excuse you have, but that's my excuse.
No, that isn't right. That's not right.
Yeah, so the left foot over. Yeah, great. So inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Just endeavoring to find that length in the spine, maybe looking over that left shoulder. Engaging that right foot by pushing the heel away, bringing the toes back towards you. And then inhale as you turn the head back to center. Upper body follows, and then exhale, counter twist. Beautiful. Coming back to center, bend the knees, soles the feet to the floor. Hands out, soften the shoulders, tuck the tailbone, pull the belly button towards the spine. We're going to lower down towards the floor. Now if you have any pain in your lower back, you don't have to. We're going to go slow down, 1 vertebra at a time, engaging your core, engaging your glutes, pulling the belly button towards the spine. And as you come down, we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, just feel the shapes. 1, and then lowering all the way down, arms out to the side, feet wide apart, taking your star shape. Just as the child's pose is a pause of no engagement. Same thing here. No need to hold. Just fully dropping into the support of the pose. And maybe you feel like like taking a few deeper breaths, maybe flushing it out, or just through the nostrils, whatever you feel like. Now on your next inhale, just bringing the knees back into the chest, circling the knees, massaging the lower back. Just do a few rounds each way. And then before we come into our final resting pose, rolling up to a seat. And then finding a wall space, you can pull your mat in. So you're going to bring the legs up the wall. Everyone, if someone wants to come at the front, you're welcome to there, along this wall. You want to come here? Should I rest them?
You can share here, honey.
Yeah, it's nice to rest them. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. Now, a good way to get up nicely is just watch Deborah there. She's sitting in, touching the wall with the buttock, and then she just swings around, legs come up. If you haven't quite got there, use your hands as if you come into a bridge pose and push away. Beautiful. Now you can point, flex, circle the ankles if you need to, just to help release some of that fluid from the feet, the legs back into the pelvic floor, back into the inner organs, the lower back. And then we're going to go full engagement. So push the heels towards the ceiling, toe back towards you, engage the thighs by pulling the kneecaps up, and take a deep inhale. Hold that engagement, hold the breath, and release, relaxing the muscles. Beautiful. And staying here. Allowing the day to trickle away from the feet, from the legs. Deeper breaths. Just within the fingers, the toes, just very gently, slowly bring back movement. If you've got space, bring the knees out wide, soles the feet together, heels towards the buttocks. So letting all that energy just to marinate. And releasing any pins and needles or tingling feelings in the legs, the feet. And when you're ready, just rolling onto your right side or the left if that's easier. Yeah. Just staying there for a bit. Use the right arm as a pillow or the lower arm as a pillow. Maybe you need to straighten your legs a little bit to the side if you're on the wall, just to release any pins and needles. And then making your way up to a comfortable seat, maybe sitting on your block, closing the eyes when you're ready. And just starting or finishing off as we started. Just noticing how it feels to be in your body right now after the class. Let's check the quality of your breath, the quality of your mind. Maybe, hopefully, there's a bit more space, not just physically, but mentally as well. And then with your next inhale, we're going to draw the arms overhead, scooping up all the goodness from the class, palms together. And then exhale to bring the palms to the front of the heart, thumbs resting on the heart space. Gently bowing your head. Comes to the third eye, the point between the eyebrows, just giving thanks always for showing up for yourself. It's 1 hour, this time out, just to reset, reconnect. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Bjorg-Ida.
Thank you. Sorry about my accent, Mara. Good breath. I know, you guys are really switched on.
I don't know my
Oi. No, it doesn't make it better that like English, Norwegian, that's right, like right